A number of folks have emailed in asking for our picks of movie scenes where you can really see the difference between the DVD and the Blu-ray versions of a movie, which I am totally up for talking about.
Totally. Now, generally speaking, the more you blow up the visual data encoded on DVD or any standard def cable or satellite channel, the more you'll notice compression artifacts and other issues in the picture.
Absolutely.
And not all SD encoders are equal. An MP4 encoded TV episode you legally downloaded might look better than the DVD version, or vice versa.
Yeah.
In any case, you won't notice the difference between SD and HD versions of the same content as much on a 720p TV or on a 1080p TV that's smaller than 40 inches. And especially with fast-moving content like sports, they often reveal more detail and pop more in 1080p than, say, two folks sitting at a table talking.
Yeah, the more that's going on the screen, the more you tend to notice the HD. Like HD Sports is amazing compared to SD Sports. And a lot of people who are like, yeah, I don't really want to buy a Blu-ray, but they'll look at, you know, NASCAR, football, or baseball, and their eyes will explode with joy.
If you're going to see compression artifacts, it's usually in fast-paced either action movies or like basketball games are great when they're panning across the wood floor and all the players moving, and you pay attention to the fans in the stands, and when the camera slows down, they get really detailed. But when the camera's panning away, it can really start to block up a little bit more. You'll notice the detail start to drop in those types of scenes. And you compare that to something like a Blu-ray disc, where it has lots of bandwidth available, or lots of bit rate, so it can provide data per second that's needed to keep a crisp-looking picture.
Absolutely. Look, and I can't say it strongly enough. You know, 1080p televisions, 40 inches or longer, 40 inches or larger, are much more revealing of SD defects than 720p screens or any screen that's 36, 32-inch screen, because the screen's so smaller, the pixels are so tightly together. It's just less dramatic. The bigger the screen is, the more dramatic the compression artifacts and other issues are. All right, my favorite DVD or cable versus Blu-ray scene is the explosion in the opening chase of Casino Royale. You've got Bond, you've got the crane, then there's like welding equipment falling. There's mayhem. On DirecTV, it's the compression turns it into Lego blocks of orange. Like, I love DirecTV, but the big, scary motion, not always so hot. On 1080p, the DVD version definitely looks compressed. In Blu-ray, we are talking buttery flames that practically singe my eyebrows. It's tasty, people. And I like quality transfers. Maybe it's me. Martin Scorsese, he likes quality transfers. If you didn't see the interview, you should go see the BlueCon episode, because he talks about why he likes Blu-ray. In any case, second up, if you're into the detail that a production team can stuff into the frame, the Blu-ray version of Cars, the Pixar people, they are amazing. The Blu-ray version of Cars just crushes the DVD version right from the opening scene. Look at the color detail on the car, the reflections of the surfaces around it, the detail in the tires, the detail in the tracks. Look at the differences in the crowds in the background as the camera moves around. There are lots and lots and lots of visual elements that leap off of a 1080p screen from Blu-ray that pretty much get lost in sort of a muddy sweep of color on the DVD version. Now, look, do you lose the story or the excitement in the DVD version? Hell no, but the Blu-ray version looks epic in 1080p. And it's something we can, well, it's still an awesome movie, and yes, it is still an awesome movie, even if it's a cruddy, rabbit ears antenna UHF thing in black and white. But
we've put up with bad video for a very long time, and now that we finally have a source like Blu-ray, or that represents currently the pinnacle of consumer video, it's easy to make those comparisons, especially if you can look at it on large screen sizes where you can really pick out differences between picture quality. For me, I notice things like the shiny parts on people's skin, I think they call them specular reflections. On DVD video, MPEG-2 video, I notice that those are very muted and very almost gone. They almost get destroyed in the transfer. But
smirched.
On Blu-ray, you notice basically the oily sheen of a person's forehead, or let alone pores. 5 o'clock shadow goes from being kind of just, it looks like somebody rubbed some charcoal on your face to, you can see every hair.
You sound like one of those close-ups from a Ren and Stimpy flick when you're like,
oh
God.
No, bad flashback. Anyway.
Look, we're not going to get into it right now because we've talked about The Wizard of Oz and one of the favorites in my house, the BBC's Pride and Prejudice miniseries, to death, but both received extensive restoration work, and the colors and the detail really show in the Blu-ray version. So there's a lot of older movies that are really, really, really getting amazing makeovers as they go to Blu-ray, whether the transfers are new or they're being restored or they found better prints or they found the original negatives. Not all Blu-rays are quality. We're trying to help you, avoid the ones that look awful, but I hope these give you some ideas of stuff you can use on your HDTV to really see the difference between a standard def DVD encoding and being upsampled versus an actual 1080p.
HD Nation.